Welcome to the Sunday Update. I'm Abby Dinham. Anthony Albanese has had an audience with King Charles at Buckingham Palace, along with other Commonwealth leaders. It followed his attendance at the Queen's lying in state, which he says was emotional. Mr Albanese says he passed on condolences on behalf of Australia.
He's very conscious of the connection that was there between his mother, Her Majesty, and Australia.
The Queen's 8 grandchildren have stood vigil at Westminster Hall. Prince William and Harry wore their military uniforms. The 6 other cousins were wearing black as each stood around the corners of Her Majesty's coffin. King Charles and Prince William made a surprise visit to greet the thousands of people lining up to pay their respects. The pair were met with applause from those lining the banks of the Thames.
I think it's amazing that they're coming out and at a time of they're really grieving, that they're coming out to be with the crowds and just show everybody a sense of unity.
Education unions are pushing for teachers to be given the right to ignore calls and emails outside of work hours. There's concerns being constantly on call is affecting employees' mental and physical health. The National Tertiary Education Union's Gabe Gooding says universities must help to restore work-life balance.
And they should be publicising that to their students and to the senior management, that there's no expectation of an employee to actually respond during that period.
Ukraine's ambassador to Australia is calling for a ban on Russian tourists visiting the country. At least 4 European countries have taken steps to prohibit Russian tourist visas. The federal government has rejected the notion, but the opposition says it should be considered. And 7 decades after cheetahs became extinct in India, 8 of the big cats have been flown in to try and reintroduce them to the South Asian country. The coalition of cheetahs were flown in from Namibia to a large national park in the heart of the country, with hopes their numbers will increase in coming years. To sport, Sydney has secured its spot in the AFL Grand Final in a nail-biting 1-point win over Collingwood. Swans superstar Buddy Franklin says the home crowd made the difference.
The Sydney Swans supporters are just amazing. Collingwood came out in numbers today, but it was just awesome just to get the win.
Sydney will take on Geelong in the grand final, but could be missing Sam Reid due to injury. And in the NRL, South Sydney's finals dreams remain alive after beating Cronulla 38 points to 12. The Rabbitohs will play the Panthers next week. We'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode of The Update.